Hey guys, I'm Brogan. Today in this video, we're going to unbox, demo, and review the Kamrui E3B Mini PC. Now this Mini PC offers an AMD Ryzen 7 5875U processor that's 8 cores, 16 threads, and speeds of up to 4.5 gigahertz. We also have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, a 512 gigabyte SSD installed within running Windows 11, as well as AMD Radeon RX Vega 8 graphics. Now this Mini PC right here costs $319.99 currently on Amazon. So we're going to unbox this, see what it has to offer. All right, so here is our Kamrui Mini PC. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to see what else is included in here first. So we have our two-part power supply cable located right here. Set that aside. We also have a mounting bracket, which I'm noticing these days not every Mini PC comes with, so I'm always impressed when they include this. We can mount the Mini PC to the backside of a monitor, as well as, of course, to the side of a desk, inside of a desk. You could put it inside of an arcade cabinet if you wanted to use this to emulate games. And we also have an HDMI cable right here. Now we have our user manual in addition to some set screws as well. These would be what you use in order to use that mounting bracket. So we'll take a quick little look through the user guide here. So it walks through the different display options, how you'd make those display connections on here. Shows you how to use the mounting bracket on the backside of a monitor if that's the method you choose to use. And then this is also in a bunch of different languages, so it just kind of repeats itself. So let's go ahead and grab our Mini PC now. So first impressions, very nice looking Mini PC here. Definitely like the sort of raised texture to this. I like the logo right there in the center. Lightweight for sure. I'd say it's your average size Mini PC. It's not overly compact, but it's not oversized at the same time. So great ventilation I'm noticing on both sides of this Mini PC, and then of course on the back side as well. If we flip this to the bottom, you can see airflow, but also access to a cooling fan right there. Now, in order to use the mounting brackets to secure this in place, you would use these two holes right here. And then to open everything up, I believe we would have to peel off the rubber feet on the bottom, which isn't my favorite method for opening up a Mini PC, but it is pretty standard. So looking at the front of this, we have our power button over here on the right-hand side. It's a nice power button. I like the action on there, and I say that because there's some power buttons that just don't perform well. The buttons aren't responsive, or a lot of times they'll get stuck under the edge of the panel here, and that's not the case here. We have our audio jack connection, two USB 3 ports right here, and then a Type-C port. This is great. Not typically do we see a Type-C port in the front panel here of our Mini PC. So as a gamer, this comes in handy to me because I'm using two USB-A ports on a regular basis through keyboard, controller, mouse, etc. But with a Type-C port here, what we could actually bring into the mix is I can actually stream from this very easily. My camera that I'm using right now that I also stream with connects via Type-C connection. So it's hard to find a Mini PC that has multiple Type-C ports or to have one that's readily available to us. So both sides here are going to be just ventilation. Now, if we turn this all the way to the back side, we're going to find a bunch of additional ports back here. First off, we have 4 USB-A ports back here, all of which are USB 3. This is another major advantage to this Mini PC because we don't typically have 6 total USB-A ports on a Mini PC. Usually it's 2 in front, 2 in back. This has 4 in back, 2 in front, so definitely setting us apart from the pack right here. Underneath this little sticker, we have our Ethernet port, which I'll peel back just to show you guys. I'm not going to be using that in this video, so I'll go ahead and secure that back in place. We have our display port here, as well as our HDMI port, so multiple display options here, and then of course our DC power supply port right there. So we could simply take our power supply cable, connect that just like so, and we're off and running. So again, this has the AMD Ryzen 7 processor here, as well as AMD Radeon RX Vega 8 graphics. So with the processor, in fact, it's an AMD Ryzen 7 5875U processor. We should get pretty good power from this and pretty good speeds. So I do think we're going to have some great capabilities with gaming, but there's only one way to find out. Let's dive into it.
Not a bad start. Keep it up. You win round 2. Fight!
Game point. 15. Game point. 30. Game point. Game yo.
Round 1. Fight! You win. Round 2. Fight. 3, 2, 1, go!
See you at the finish line.
All right, guys, I had a great time diving into the Kamrui E3B Mini PC here today. This is a phenomenal layout, but the performance on here really is what blew me away. Now, before we talk about performance, let's talk about the layout and design here. First off, I've been gaming on this with the more advanced games as well. I'm talking about Xbox, PS3. I did some Nintendo Switch. I just chose not to include that in here, trying to tiptoe around the whole Nintendo deal these days with emulation. But this guy right here is barely warm to the touch after over 3 hours of testing this mini PC. So really love the cooling on here and the airflow, but what really made me pay closer attention to this in terms of the layout and design here is the fact that it offers 6 USB-A connections, all of which are USB 3. So we have 2 located on the front, 4 on the back here. So as somebody that streams regularly, I'm connecting a microphone, a controller, I'm connecting external hard drive in most cases to a mini PC. So I quickly run out of USB-A connections, and that's not the case here. 6 is more than enough to connect everything imaginable for me to this mini PC. We also have the Type-C port in the front there, easily located right there on the front panel. So you can add and remove different devices. There's more and more devices that are using Type-C ports these days. So that makes perfect sense to have that exactly where it's located there. And because we have the Type-C port, in addition to the display port and HDMI port on the back side, we have triple display capabilities on here, meaning that we can get 3 different displays up and running from this mini PC without having to worry about adapters or any of that stuff. So really love all of that, but performance on here absolutely blew me away. And I was really rooting for it to be able to handle Xbox 360, and it was just right there, but missed it. Unfortunately, you saw that it looked like the gameplay was good, and then it would cut out. And then it was good, and then it would cut out. So it's just not quite powerful enough to effectively emulate Xbox 360, but it's almost there. So everything else, though, this handles beautifully. PS3, Nintendo Switch, Wii U, original Xbox, GameCube, PlayStation 2. So many amazing games and game collections are possible to play perfectly on this right here, and at the low price point of $319.99 on Amazon at the time of this recording. So tremendous deal on here for what you get out of this guy in terms of performance, layout, and design as well, and the cooling. So I'm really a big fan of this. I've always been a fan of Kamrui's products in the past, but you know, they've never had any that really knocked my socks off. They're usually fairly priced. They usually have some great options in terms of processors as well as graphics. But this one to me is probably the best from Kamrui that I've seen in this reliable design here. Definitely a major thumbs up. So if you want some additional information on what the Kamrui E3B Mini PC has to offer, click the link at the top of your screen as well as in the description of this video to learn a little bit more. That's going to do it for today, though. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of what this Kamrui Mini PC can handle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up on the video if you appreciate the content. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos right here on the Chase Brogan YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.